So number one, we have a HR complete solution that's based on the Microsoft Dynamics 365 business platform. We have everything from recruiting all the way to retirement and everything in between, such as staff administration, travel and expenses, and employee and manager self-service. It's important to understand that there's a complete solution. This is the picture that the prospect is typically looking for, but it's modularized. So if they need to start with smaller blocks, they can do that because those things are urgent. And of course, they can continuously add additional modules as they progress. Number two, integration straight out of the box. If we take a look at the infographic on the right-hand side, of course, most companies have multiple departments. And in those departments, there are data that needs to be processed. There are people that are putting that data in. But that data does not stop at departmental borders. That data needs to flow between the departments. Now, many customers do that manually, which is prone to error. It's time wasting, those sorts of things. Alternatively, a lot of customers also in that same scenario take on integration projects to ensure that that data flows between department borders. But most of the time, those integration projects cost more than the software that they've purchased in the first place. On the left-hand side, when we're talking about HR for Dynamics, produced by HubDrive, it's all on one business platform and data flows instantly from the time they start using Dynamics HR management. So that alleviates the cost, that alleviates the frustration of needing to do these integrations and avoids the IT island effect. Number three, flexible working environments. Look, let's work this one left to right. So obviously, with HR for Dynamics, a person can log into their browser from anywhere in the world and they can take care of all of their HR tasks, such as requesting leave or a supervisor being able to see the next performance review that's due. And the browser doesn't matter. It could be Edge, it could be Chrome, any standard browser. Then we also have HR in Outlook. So things like applicants sending in an email can be set regarding directly to that job in the recruiting module. This makes life quite a bit easy because it's a familiar environment that people are used to working with every day. Then we can also do HR in Teams. Teams, of course, is maybe a little bit more innovative, and it's an ideal scenario for a recruiter that has their recruiting dashboard, their chat, their calls, and they're doing interviews all from one location. Same thing applies for employees. They can clock in, they can clock out, or managers can see any dashboards that they need to analyze. And last but not least, mobile. You can use the Dynamics 365 app right on your mobile phone and do anything and everything that you would normally do from your browser or from Teams or even in Outlook. So this provides flexibility so that a customer or the employees of a customer can work in the ways that they feel the most comfortable and flexible. Then number four, customize the solution yourself. Look, in a 2-minute scenario, a customer can add a field, give it a name, and publish it, and they can do it all by themselves. Alternatively, they would have to call the provider, get a quote, ask for budget, wait some time, start a project. This is very cumbersome, time consuming, and it costs a lot of money to make these slight changes that a customer would want to make to adapt the solution to their needs. and it just makes sense that they can do it themselves. So they can either do it themselves in a few minutes, or they can call the provider. And of course, that takes time, money, and frustration. Then number 5, HR analytics. Look, with HR analytics, we need to be able to provide the customer with ways to make things transparent. All of these employees have managers, companies are trying to drive their business forward, and they need to have transparency to make the best business decisions for their organization. So number 1, they have all of their dashboards in Teams. So they can analyze, they can see it, and the great thing is it's in real time. And then of course with our integration to Microsoft 365 and the productivity tools, all of this data in real time can be exported to Excel. And then another nice aspect is Dynamics Excel spreadsheets, meaning these Excel spreadsheets can be pulled down one time from the solution and they always stay connected to Dynamics HR management. So a lot of our customers use this as a way to do payroll. They create a spreadsheet, pull it down from HR for Dynamics, and then they simply keep it connected. And every pay period, they go in, hit refresh, and the data is updated in real time. And then, of course, for advanced analytics, maybe a cross platform, reaching out to other applications from Microsoft, you can use Power BI. Number 6, your Windows password for all tasks. If we start from left to right in this infographic, a ton of companies are using so many different passwords for so many different applications, from HR software to sales applications, the whole 9 yards. So they could have 20 plus passwords that they have to remember. No one can remember 20 plus passwords. Then in the middle, maybe they have a standalone HR solution and it's centralized. So we're getting into a better scenario. But they're still maybe using up to 10 passwords. With HR for Dynamics, you only have one password, and that's your Windows password. So everything that you are going to do, not only in HR, but for your daily business, you can do it with one single sign-on. In fact, you don't even need to really remember a password. You can log in with face recognition and be there ready to rock and roll. And then we have number 7, improvements established in weeks. When HR for Dynamics is implemented into an organization through our best practice partners, we're talking about being able to really start using improvements within 8 weeks. So we start with 2 days planning, 2 to 4 weeks best practice implementation, training and e-learning, and then 2 to 4 weeks some light adaptations, and you can roll them out per module. And then you can continually add additional improvements over time. But in 8 weeks, you're already up, running, and using the solution. This is an absolute game changer because HR doesn't have the luxury of being IT. IT lives for new IT projects and software implementations. HR still has their other job, right? There's still leave requests coming in. There's still recruiting that needs to happen. There's still HR requests that come in, and those things just continuously pile up. So it's imperative that we can get these improvements established in a very short period of time.